going to be talking about the element of air today. Element of air is all about our levity. It's where we feel light and buoyant and free. Now, if you think about veil dancing with belly dance or some very light tasim where you can lift your energies up nice and high into your upper body, shoulders, arms, hands and head, even beyond, that's when you're experiencing the element of air because you feel your levity, your lightness. You also need to work with the feet, and it's important to keep the energy in the front of the feet or towards the toes because that helps you propel forward. Element of air wants to move. It's an outwardly reaching element, and it's often in the masculine as well because it wants to leave the body, reach out from inside, moving out. Of course, we can also feel the air around and inside our body. In somatics, sometimes we do exercises where we feel the spaces in the body, and that's the space in the blood. You feel the oxygen in the blood. You just bring your awareness to that. And simply by bringing your awareness into how light you can feel through your own circulation and blood, then you can imagine that you become a lighter being as you dance. The flutes and nai, the koala, any of these beautiful light instruments are the ones that help facilitate movement, and they really speak to the element of air. They also look very much like the windpipe, which is, again, all about the throat chakra and air and allowing yourself to speak your truth and feel free. So remember, in your dancing, the element of air is about liberty and freedom, allowing yourself to make decisions, and you have choices. So let's think about the body movements that went with that. Well, of course we use a lot of distal movement. We remember core and distal. We use a lot of distal movement. Why? Because we're reaching outwards. We also use a lot of our breath. It's obvious, it's the element of air, so we're energizing the lungs and the throat area. We're also using a lot of body half movement because it's about decisions and decision making quite quickly, quite nimbly. In astrology, we've got Gemini, Aquarius and Libra, the three air signs, which are all about this nimble sense of curiosity and play and inquisition. They really want to know what's going on. And again, if you want to go into Astro Belly, I've got some awesome courses on that. In fact, it's one of my favorite out of all of the things I've done. I love Astro Belly, and we have a lot of women who've done really incredibly creative things with that. So again, you can look at the air signs if you wanted to learn some of the routines, and I'll show you a bit of those here. And then you can also use levity. Levity is through your ears, vestibular system, and through your chest area. So let's look at the element of air and how that can be healing for our body by giving us a sense of lightness and freedom. About element of air, it's all coming from the upper body, the chest, the ears, the head, the hands. So we're really looking at how do we lift our levity up. You've got gravity here around the pelvis, sort of it sits there, it shifts as well depending on how you're standing, but levity is normally up here. So how do you lift your energies up? Well, firstly, you allow your weight to come to the front of the body, which will automatically give some more space and sense of lightness and potential for movement. So some people say you're dancing on your toes. You're not, you're really on the balls of your feet. So when you're on the balls of the feet, you can do ta-ta-ta, 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 a triple step. And a triple step can be so light because it eases your energy up into the top of the body, and then you can express it through your hands, the heart, the head, and all of the arms, right beyond the fingertips. It's important that you're really aware of what's happening in your hands when you're working with the element of air. I'll come a bit closer. When you're working with your hands, you want to be able to allow the movement to go beyond the fingertips. So let's say I'm giving a movement out to you, out. I'm allowing it to leave my fingertips. You can use the connectivity of air, so breathing in, and allowing the body to release that flow through the whole arm. I'm going to be imagining that I'm dancing through the spaces in my arm, through the oxygen in the blood, through the spaces in the bone. Anywhere there is space and air, I breathe in. And I release the arm out. By the way, little finger, leading with the little finger also helps you lift your arm up and feel lighter. Just lift your arm up from the little finger, lead, use your breath. And remember, it's distal because air wants to move out. I'm going to show you a movement that's very simple with a triple step. Step forward, step back, then on the spot, on the balls. Forward, back, on the spot. Undulate, then come up, ta, ta, ta. Undulate, up, ta, ta, ta. Let it out, breathe in. So what we want to do is breathe in, allow the oxygen to come up through our body and then release it. 1, 2, 3, release. 1, 2, 3. Doom, doom, ta, ta, ta. 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 Doom, doom, from the back. Doom, doom, ta, ta, ta. Doom, doom, ta, ta, ta. Forward foot on the spot. Forward foot on the spot. Forward foot on the spot. Forward. Now let it flow. Doom, doom, ta, ta, ta. Doom, doom, turn around. Doom, doom, ta, ta, ta. Doom, doom, turn around. Doom, doom, ta, ta, ta. Doom, doom, turn around. Original D from the A to Z original. 1, 2, round. Air on the toes, turn. Okay, let's do that again. 1, 2, all around element air and ta 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 and turn. From the back. 1 and 2 and all around and reach. Ta 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 ta, back and turn. Okay, so there's lots of ways of expressing a triple step. It doesn't just have to be like this on the spot, but it can be ta 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 and back ta ta, back ta ta, back ta ta and back ta ta. 1 and 2 and round and up and ta 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 and turn. 2, 3, 4 ta 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 and ta 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 ta. 1, 2, 3, shimmy shimmy back. 1, 2, 3, shimmy shimmy back. Wave as you turn, arm snake, and wave as you turn, arm snake. Okay, so that's the Gemini routine, and in its fuller capacity, it is ta ta dum ta ta dum dum ta ta dum ta ta dum ta ta dum dum ta ta dum 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 ta ta dum 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 ta ta dum dum ta ta dum dum dum. Or we can allow ourselves to move in triangles and various shapes that let us explore space. Walk, 2, 3, out, reach, turn. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn. Let's do that again. Walk, 2, 3, out, reach, and turn. Ta, 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 and turn. Element of air. From the back, okay? Ready. Walk, 2, 3, reach and turn. Ta, 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 and turn. Okay, so I'll be using some of these combinations in an ad lib way. In this little series, I'm not really focusing on choreography at all. It's about improvising, allowing yourself to move freely, and we're going to have a play with the veil. So again, I'm going to reference some of these movements, but largely it's improvised. And again, this music's all my music. If you like it, just let me know and I'll send you the links of where to get it. Where do you find your freedom in your dancing? Do you find your freedom when you're just allowed to improvise and you don't think? Or perhaps when you take a prop like a veil, or when you have a certain type of music playing, something that allows you a lot of freedom and scope? Also, in these crazy times when everything seems a little confused and we're really, just going with this strange flow of this virus and lockdown and everything, where do you find your freedom? Has this given you an opportunity to find some kind of freedom within yourself? Has it allowed you to relax any areas of your life, or perhaps allow yourself to free flow in a journey of discovery within the confines of what's actually going on? Sometimes we have circumstances where we feel really stuck and heavy. That's the perfect time to put on that light music, to grab your veil, to find a space where you can dance and move, because that gives you a sense of freedom. So remember, what's the opposite of freedom? It's feeling stuck. If you're feeling stuck, use the element of air to liberate yourself. I'd love you to leave me a comment, even if it's not dance related. Just let us know how you're going, how you're finding everything at the moment, and perhaps even where in this very confused and strange time we're living in, you're finding your own sense of freedom and the element of air. See you soon.